Okay, it's been confirmed that Jimmy Anderson is out of the second test and Joffra Archer is in. Yes, he's been named in the England squad for the second Ashes test. Now, Jimmy Anderson was an unfortunate decision to play him. Joffra Archer, obviously, I think would have played that first test if he didn't have a side strain he picked up at the World Cup. He did obviously bowl a lot of overs and play really, really well. And obviously, he was instrumental in helping win that World Cup against New Zealand in that final at Lords. Jimmy Anderson, I think this could be possibly the end of his career this summer. I think this could be, this injury could end his career. And Joffra Archer, he is an impact player. There's a reason why the England selectors and the ECB fought so hard to get him registered as an English player because of his father. They fought tooth and nail to get him registered to play under residency and with his parentage. They did fight tooth and nail, and they were vindicated in the World Cup. Now, Test cricket is different to the shorter formats of the game because you've got up to 5 days in which to do it. You have to bowl longer spells. That's going to be really interesting to see how Joffra Archer stands up to lengthy spell bowling and a 5-day Test match. It's going to be interesting to see how he adapts his game to that. But England's pace attack does lack that 90-mile-an-hour plus edge that Joffra Archer can bring. Joffra Archer can bowl over 90 mile an hour regularly. He can really run up and bang it in. And this is where I think Australia have an advantage in their bowling lineup, is a lot of their bowlers can go over 90 mile an hour. England, on the other hand, some of their pace bowlers, 85, 88 mile an hour kind of average. Joffra Archer bumps that average up. He can really come in at pace and he can attack the Australian batsman with his pace. He's also pretty good at sneaking in that slower 75 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour delivery that will catch a batsman out. He proved that in the World Cup. But it is going to be interesting to see how he bowls these lengthy 10, 15, 20 over spells that may be required of a fast-paced bowler. Jimmy Anderson has proved that he can do it for the best part of 15 years. He can bowl lengthy spells. Can Joffra Archer be a replacement for Jimmy Anderson long term? Because obviously Jimmy Anderson is basically nearly done as a Test player. There's not much more in Jimmy Anderson's tank. This injury could prove a recurring calf injury. It's the second time it's flared up in as many months. But also, what a lot of people don't realise is Joffra Archer can bat a little bit. He's obviously today been playing a reserve county match. He got 6 wickets and he got 100. So he can, bat a bit as well. And yes, county cricket is not the same as Test cricket, and reserve county cricket is not the same thing. But that will give him confidence that he has ability with the bat. Not only can he take multiple wickets in a session, he can bat a bit. And a lot of people don't realise he can actually bat pretty well. That will help England's middle to tail order. England's top order has fallen flat a lot in recent times. This Test match, Rory Burns did play quite well, got his century, and there's been a lot of debate about England's upper order. But what we've seen England do is rely heavily on their middle to lower order to win Test matches. Sam Curran, for example, has been a revelation as an all-rounder. And I do believe there is a century in Sam Curran. If Joffra Archer can add his batting ability to his bowling ability, we could have the makings of a Test all-rounder. It's too early to say if he will be a Test all-rounder, but he can be quite capable with the bat. It's going to be interesting, though, more on his bowling side of things, how he will fare in lengthy spell bowling. Because T20s and 50 over 1 ODIs, you normally a spell's like 4 or 5 overs. T20, you're allowed a maximum amount of overs for a bowler as well. I think it's 4 overs. So he's going to have to really see how his stamina can hold up to lengthy spells of bowling, where he'll have to bowl 10 plus overs in a spell. He might have to bowl a whole session. We've seen players like Jimmy Anderson do that. We've seen other Test players for other Test nations who are all-rounders or specialist bowlers bowl lengthy spells. And as he bowls quite fast, will England and Joe Root use him for short, sharp attacking spells with the new ball or with an ageing ball? How will they use him? It's going to be really interesting to see how he is used as a bowling threat and as in that bowling attack. But don't underestimate his batting. He could prove quite useful as a run getter and as a middle lower order batsman, where he can stick around with an upper order batsman if need be, or come in as a night watchman, for example, or maybe even bat in the middle order. It's going to be interesting to see where they put him in the batting lineup. but he has proven that he can get some good quality runs with the bat. It's going to be interesting to see how he does, though. Jimmy Anderson, his career is winding down now. I think this could be his final Test series. He might have bowled his last ball for England. We'll have to see how he recovers from this calf injury and how serious it is. But it did restrict his bowling in the first Test, which was one of the reasons why England lost that Test match. Is they lost their best bowler for basically 4.5 days. So there we go. Joffra Archer is in for the second Ashes Test. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your comments below. Please like and subscribe also, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.